Being a professor for 15 years taught me a lot, and these are the most important lessons that I learned. To maintain momentum for my life story, I dropped the cap and gown for the next chapter. Hey everybody, Dr. Z here. Today we are talking about listening, specifically the different types of listeners that we have in society. And I found from both being a teacher and a consultant, from being a father and just a community member, that there's at least 3 different types of listeners. The first is the most common, and that is listening to evaluate or listening to analyze. We're simply hearing what others are saying, and while they're talking, we're breaking that apart, we're rearranging it, and we are waiting for our turn to talk to spit it back to them from our own perspective. And that's an important and really important type of listening, but it shouldn't be the only listening style that we engage in. So the first one is listening to analyze or listening to evaluate. Second is listening to understand. This is what I call patient listening. This is being present, being in the moment, asking those probing questions to really ensure that you understand the point of view, perspective, and context from which that other person is coming from. This one can almost make us feel uncomfortable because we're not used to having somebody be so in the moment and totally connected to what we're saying and really wanting to understand our ideas and the meanings behind our words. So number 2, listening to understand. That one takes a little more energy and effort and a lot of focus on being in the moment and not letting our thoughts trail off to begin to analyze or evaluate what someone else is saying. The third type of listening style is what I call listening to connect or listening to build. And this one actually takes the other 2 types and sort of intertwines them. So someone that's listening to connect or build, they're probably doing some level of evaluation and making sense of things, breaking them down while they're hearing someone talk. But at the same time, they want to connect and understand what that person's saying to something else going on in the world, maybe to help that person out that they're listening to. So listening to evaluate, listening to connect, listening to understand. Think about which listening style is natural to you and try to stretch yourself to begin to use more of one of those other 2 styles. Thanks a lot and have a great day.